Hi, in this video, I've kind of already done like the basic shape of the little Squecko creature that I have. So what you'll be see that is slightly different in this tutorial is just the third-person camera view that I actually will be showing on the main screen, and also just the first-person view that we just nested on the bottom right-hand side of the screen. So I hope this kind of viewing method will make the audiences less nauseous, because I think that's kind of like the feedback that most people have, generally speaking, while they are kind of viewing VR process videos. So yeah, let's just hope this little experiment works out. So we'll just continue here. Actually, I think I kind of made like a mistake. Just kind of trying out something over here. Maybe we'll have like a body that has a bit more mass. I think at the moment maybe it was a bit too thin. That's why it didn't really work out properly. Okay, let me have this. Let's move out. Okay, I think the tail part. Let me just try and make that little kind of tip. Oh, whoops. Maybe the smooth was a bit too aggressive. We'll just do something like this first. And nope, not working. Oh, you're naming the wrong layer. My bad. Okay, make a new layer, parent it to the body. Or maybe I'll just make the eyes first and see how it goes. So for eyes, I'm just going to select a stamp. Let me just browse through and see actually what fits. I think in terms of shape, this kind of fits the eyes pretty well. And same thing, just gonna turn on the angle snap, orient it to the sculpt, turn on my line constraint options, and also just increase the resolution slightly. And yeah, making sure you're on the right layer. Sort of like this first. Okay, I can see where this is roughly going. So maybe with the eyes in place, actually, I think it's slightly easier to kind of gauge. Maybe the mouth can be pushed forward a bit. And also, I just want to keep this only for my active layers, which I forgot to turn on. So it just actually affects the layer I'm selected here, which is the body, so it doesn't really pull the mesh of the eye forward as you saw just now. So we have this, kind of have this, and yeah, I think it's kind of slowly coming into play, but still different from I think my concept sculpt. But we'll see. Increase the mesh slightly. I mean the mesh density. Maybe move forward, and I'm gonna try is I'm gonna give it the iris. So I'll parent the iris to the eye layer. maybe change the color. Okay, and let's just add the, I guess, the hands first, because I think they are the easiest compared to the legs. And I'll use probably this stamp for this. So yeah, it kind of looks like hands when you kind of just place it like that in this angle. And I guess the cool thing about it is, let's make it slightly darker for the color. And what I'm gonna do is I'll just increase the resolution a bit more. And I'm just gonna try using the move tool to kind of shape it. So my preference is just placing the strength around like this level and turning off the inner radius. So it just feels a bit more like you stretching a plasticine or something. Feels more natural. So if you feel like it's not moving too much, if it's like kind of too sticky or too wet, right, you just increase the strength slightly. Yeah, I think the moment it seems to be working okay. Yeah, can start to feel the character coming alive slightly, I think. Just very, very slightly. So yeah, you just see me like constantly like toggling between the, I guess the tool I'm using at the moment and the secondary tool, which is the smooth tool by default. Yeah, we should see here. So the pink triangle indicates that the secondary tool I have selected is the smooth tool, which is actually most people's default. And if you want to change it, you can just like highlight something else and just kind of right trigger button it. Left trigger button it, and it will change the sub tool to the paint tool for me now. But I covered that in another video, so I guess you guys can just kind of look that up for like how to reselect your secondary sub tool. And let's just add the legs. Okay, not really a super duper good with anatomy for this. I'm just gonna kind of just give it a rough shape. So something like this, okay? Not gonna be super scientific about it. Same thing. Adjust your move to strength settings accordingly, depending on like how much you want to nut the geometry. So yeah, I think this is kind of like the way I work in Adobe Medium, and actually even back then in Oculus, when it was called Oculus Medium, like until the takeover recently. So I kind of have the leg thighs kind of shaped this way. I think that's pretty cool. And in this case, sometimes I'll just think if I wanna like let's say if I took this path and I just drew maybe the second half of the leg, it's cool, but I guess it doesn't give me the flexibility to pose it. So I'm just thinking slightly ahead. In this case, I'll just kind of make a new layer. So it gives me the flexibility to kind of pose the character down the road, right? Without having to like just go to the cut tool and slice it, and just having to do the entire cleanup process. So I'm just trying to save some time on that part. Or will be a little mess here, I think. It's a bit of just geometry. And also I noticed my ground plane is messed up because I probably might have used the move tool on it just now without turning off active layer. So yeah, I guess I'll just redo the ground plane, no big deal. Luckily we're in pretty early stages of this. And for the feet, I'm also going to do the same thing. As you can see, kind of have this like little kind of webbed leg. So I'm just going to try and do the same thing in terms of the main shape of it. So let's just put it there and call it web. Okay, let's see. Can find like another stem, or actually something like this. Just like this first. I think it's pretty good placeholder. And I guess what I can do is increase the resolution and maybe just cut in roughly first and kind of use this kind of stem as an indicator for the toes. It's not the best looking, but we can clean it up later. So yeah, something like this. It looks fine from a certain distance, which is what I'm kind of looking for. I'm not going to be super detailed about this. And we can just kind of pull the leg up slightly. And maybe I can just like flatten this part. Okay, and then for the ankles, let's pull it up slightly. Kind of treat it like a ball joint, you know. Okay, and we kind of have like kind of the foundational basis of the character so far. And yeah, just quickly save our file here, take a pause.